set my heart afire.
So you want to learn how to do the old school barn door track, huh?
Well, I'm gonna show you how.
First, the material list cost you around $50. That's only for a single door, okay? If you want a double door, it'll be $60. And then you're gonna need a 4-foot piece of metal that's about an inch thick. And I think they're like an eighth thick. I don't know the actual thickness of them, but the width of them, that's what you want. You're gonna need bolts. And this is just an assortment of bolts. You're gonna need 4 pieces of 4-inch bolts, 6, I believe they're 2-inch bolts, and you're gonna need a black can of spray paint, flat, matte. Make sure it adheres to metal, or else it's just gonna flake off and look like garbage. And then you're gonna need the roller parts, which is the actual wheels. They're the clothesline things you buy at Canadian Tire. You know, those things that kind of hold the clothesline together there, you know, when you got like 3 or 4 towels hanging on the line, you put one of them there. Okay, anyway, let's get to it. So step 1, start watching. You're gonna get your piece of flat metal. Oh, hey, there's one way of doing that. In 1-foot sections, alright? You're gonna need a hacksaw. This little bad boy here will run you, I don't know, I got this as a Prezi. You could use a grinder with a cutting tool on it. I simply don't have a disc right now. That's why I'm using this bad boy. Put it into the position. You clamp it down one time. Remember, the first cut is the deepest. Alright, step 2. Let's grab your rollers. Take it out of the package. See, we've got this little bolt that holds said wheel in place. Snip, snip. And just get it right under there. Let them squeeze. You're gonna want to put it on something. Grab a screw. Oh, shite. And that should come right out. Okay, of course not. Well, the wheel will come out. There you go. This part, very important that it goes in the garbage, because it's not recyclable. I'm just joking, it is recyclable. If you're a recycler or not, you know, by all means, go save the planet. Beautiful. Alright, so this is where things get a little tricky. This much on it, plus a 1/4 turn, a little line right here, and that's now your fold spot. Grab yourself a piece of wood that's approximately the same thickness, a little bit bigger, because there's going to be a squish factor to this bad boy, okay? Nice and tight. Now you're going to want to make sure it's square, because if it ain't square, it's going to bend all weird. Take yourself a nifty hammer, just going to smack up and over. Voila! And you should get a little bit of play in there. That's what you want, so it turns. And if they're a little off, like I don't know if you can see, yeah, it's really hard to tell. It's a little bit off. This is a little out to the right. You're just gonna put this on the ground and pound on this. It'll straighten it out. It's just hard on the hands. I suggest you wear gloves. And if you're doing it right, these should be pretty much the same size. Drill a hole through, right? Now the best thing about this wheel is it's got a line that goes right through the center, like from where the wheel is, where the actual center of the wheel is. So we're just gonna put a little dot right here. Very important that the wheel is not touching any of the top arc, or else it's gonna seize up and won't perform as we want it to. You're gonna line your hinges up to the top, put another dot approximately at the same spot. So, the most crucial step in the process, which is drilling the hole through the center of this bad boy. And I suggest you use a drill press. You know, I'm not your mom, I'm not gonna tell you how to do everything. So, but if you don't, there's a really good chance that the hole will be offset, and if you try to put a wheel on there, it ain't gonna work, period. Trust me, I've done it. Doesn't work. Get a drill press. Stop being cheap. They're like $100. Who doesn't have $100? Actually, a lot of people probably don't have $100. That's irrelevant. Enough about the welfare welfare of humanity. So grab your faithful stick that you were using and jam it underneath that bad boy, because this is gonna keep it shite. This is gonna keep it clamping on each other, and if that happens, you're in trouble, because then it's gonna be offset, like we've just discussed how bad that is. Straight holes is a good go. Crooked holes is a no-go. Alright, let's turn this puppy on and give her a little drill. And while you've got it on the press, you want to make 2 holes, one on the bottom and one about 1 inch or 2 inches, depending on what you're building or what your door is going to look like when it's hanging. I usually just pre-drill them at low as I can go, and then about 1.5 inches up, which is going to keep it nice and sturdy. It usually works with any design. I also suggest wearing earmuffs, because that shit's loud. Now we've got our crap drilled, we can file off all the nasty little fluffers with a file, and then we're gonna attach the wheels, and then we'll paint them black. Grab your bolts, stick a wheel in. You want your star side facing out, go in through one side, out through the other. Pretty straightforward stuff. Go ahead, put your bolt on the back there. Okay, so now that you got that off, what you do is go ahead, see a little smack, and what you see is there's a little piece that didn't actually come all the way off, and that's now mooshed over, so this bolt can't come off even if it wants to, still rolls. Cheaper alternative than a lock nut, and personally my favorite. Okay, so there you have it. That's just a real, you know, snazzy skookamaroo on how to build the roller part, right? I'm not going to show you guys how to mount the track or build any of that, because it's pretty straightforward stuff and doesn't really deserve a tutorial. So there's that. Okay, you got yourself a roller, go build yourself a console, mount that puppy on there, show your friends, be like, hey, I built that myself. Alright, you guys have a good one. Oh, don't forget to paint them black. I didn't show that, but you know, you got this.